Hello everyone, welcome back to MLS Moves. Please make sure you like this video down below and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Well, it's been a while since we've done one of these MLS Week Recaps, and it was an exciting week in MLS. There was a lot of good games. There's like four or 5 weeks left of the MLS regular season until we get to the MLS Cup playoffs. And there's a couple races that are getting tight. There's obviously some battle positions for the first place in the Western Conference, which we'll get into in a minute. But first off, we have to start with Inter Miami and the Philadelphia Union. This was the first game that Leo Messi has played since June 1st. Obviously, he missed time because he was playing Copa America. And then when he got back, he had a couple injuries. So this is the first game he's played for Inter Miami in almost 3 months. And a lot of people are wondering, hey, is he going to play much? Is he going to play off the bench? Is he going to play 20 minutes? Is he going to play 30 minutes? What would be his limitations for this game? And he played the full game. He had a good game. He had 2 goals. He looked like his normal self. And Inter Miami honestly looked pretty scary. A lot of people witnessed them win a lot of games, most of their games with him missing and Luis Suarez missing during Copa America, but they slotted back in. Messi played a pretty good game. 2 goals, like I said, had a brace, had an assist. Inter Miami just looked incredible. They had a rocky start at first. They conceded the goal first, and then it just got pretty crazy afterwards. They just look unbeatable, even with their leaky defense, with their suspect back four. They have so much attacking talent that they can just like that instantly turn it back on and be able to win. And that's what happened. They conceded the goal in the first 2 minutes of the game, which is crazy, and then they just started rolling. Luis Suarez looked really good. Luis Suarez is probably my MVP thus far in the season. He scored I think it was his 16th goal of the year, if I'm not mistaken. But Messi has 14 goals this year. So who knows? Messi might be able to pass him up in goals before the end of the season. They have 6 games left for this season. But Inter Miami is got to be the best team in the league right now. And if Messi comes back and he fully integrates with the team like we saw last night, and he's able to play like that, Suarez is able to play, Diego Gomez, and all these players, and they can just stop giving up goals, it's going to be very hard to beat this team. And I also want to point out another thing about Inter Miami. They are 11 points away from breaking the MLS, or excuse me, they are 11 points away from tying the MLS all-time record for points, which was set by the New England Revolution in 2021. They need 4 wins to break the record, 12 points with 6 matches left. And if they win all 6 matches, they will finish the season with 80 points. 80 points. That would be an incredible feat. They would be the first team in MLS history to do that. And I think they could do it. I think they really could. I think they're a very, very good team. Best team in Major League Soccer. We will see how they finish down the stretch and if they can break that record. Next game, LA Galaxy versus LAFC, El Trafico, 3rd installment, right? Now, LAFC had swept this series, or not swept the series, but they're undefeated in the series through the first 2 matches. A lot riding on this match. 2 teams battling it out for the first place in the Western Conference. Now, LAFC, the better team at the moment, just because they were riding on a high, they were better form, had more success more recently. LA Galaxy had some injuries. Joseph Paintsel didn't play. Joveljic is trying to find his way back in form after having a great start of the season, but he's been kind of inconsistent, having a couple injuries. But when he plays, he's been good. And a lot riding on this game is also at Dignity Health Sports Park. LA Galaxy are undefeated this year at Dignity Health Sports Park. So that was going to be a hard battle for LAFC to not only beat them 3 times in a row, but be the first team this season to beat the LA Galaxy at home. LAFC, first half, great first half. 2-0. Matty Bogusz starts with a header. Denny Bouanga scores an incredible angled goal. It was looking pretty good for LAFC, looking like the sweep was going to happen. Halftime comes. They said they had a 2% chance, LA Galaxy did, of winning this match, like an 88% chance of drawing, or I'm sorry, 88% chance LAFC would win the match, and like a 10% chance of the game ending in a draw. And then the floodgates opened up. Jovic had a beautiful turn, beautiful goal, 1-2. Okay. Then Cerrillo scored the goal of the week. Absolute banger of a rocket. I encourage you guys to go look up that goal. It was absolutely beautiful by Cerrillo. World-class goal. Okay. Then Jovic had looked like an assist. I think it was an assist from Ricky Puig, but it was like a backheel goal. Beautiful goal. Beautiful goal by Jovic. Had the brace. So they're up 3-2. 3-2. And you're thinking, oh my God, this is an incredible comeback by the LA Galaxy. Then there's a red card. Down to 10 men. So they're up 3-2, down to 10 men. And then Ricky Puig scores the goal. The Spaniard had struggled in his last 3 appearances for the LA Galaxy in El Trafico. The last good match he had, in my opinion, was the 4th of July match in 2023. Since then, he has disappeared for the LA Galaxy in these El Trafico matches. But last night, he had a great game, and he finished it off with a goal. And the LA Galaxy beat LAFC to essentially solidify themselves. Now, it's not officially wrapped up, but I would say that the LA Galaxy essentially, in my opinion, have the Western Conference wrapped up at this point. I expect the LA Galaxy to finish in first place in the Western Conference when it's all said and done this season. And that's an incredible feat, especially the year after firing Chris Klein. LA Galaxy they're back up. They're back up. And these are going to be 2 teams that are going to be absolutely duking it out in the Western Conference playoffs to make it to the MLS Cup final. That was my game of the week. That was a beautiful game. Had fun live streaming it. That was an incredible match. And if you missed it, I urge you guys to go watch the highlights because it was one to remember for sure. An absolutely incredible game. Moving on to a couple other scores. Atlanta United, Nashville SC. Nashville SC beat Atlanta United 2-0. Then we have DC United in New York City. DC United in New York City ended in a 1-1 draw. Christian Benteke scored again. He is currently the Golden Boot winner, or the Golden Boot leader, 19 goals this season. He's having a great season for DC United, and actually recently got extended. The Belgian striker did. So he's been very good for them, for DC United this season. Montreal beats Charlotte FC 2-1. Toronto FC beats Austin FC 2-1. Cincinnati and Columbus Crew, Hell is Real rivalry ends in a 0-0 draw. Kind of underwhelming. Orlando City beat the New England Revolution 3-0. Houston Dynamo poured it on RSL 4-1, which is essentially takes RSL out of the running for first place in the Western Conference. I doubt that that's going to happen now after that loss. I honestly think that they're going to struggle to even finish at second place at this point. The Chicago Fire beat the New York Red Bulls 2-1. Minnesota United beats St. Louis City SC 3-1. Vancouver Whitecaps beat the San Jose Earthquakes 2-0. And the Colorado Rapids beat the Portland Timbers 2-1. And then on Sunday's game, we had the Seattle Sounders and Sporting Kansas City, in which the Seattle Sounders beat Sporting Kansas City 2-0. Now, this was a good weekend. Like I said, we're a couple weeks away from the MLS Cup playoffs. So there's a lot of teams battling out for a playoff spot, battling it out for playoff position and seeding. So it's going to be an interesting stretch. It's going to be an interesting end of the stretch for MLS, especially because there's no clear-cut winner for the MVP. The Golden Boot race is obviously in contention as well. I think the Coach of the Year is pretty much wrapped up. I think Tata Martino's probably got that wrapped up, especially if they break the MLS all-time points record. But there's going to be some interesting storylines to follow down the stretch of the MLS season. I'm curious what you guys think. What were your thoughts? What was your favorite match this weekend? What was the best match of the weekend? What was your biggest takeaway? And another important question, I just put a poll up for this. I want to know, who do you guys think is the best team in Major League Soccer right now? Very curious to see what you guys think, who the best team in Major League Soccer is right now. Comment down below. Let me know. Also, guys, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit that little bell notification so you never miss any of my videos. And until next time, guys, I will see you all soon.